Hiya and welcome to SeeNoBounds Live.
When today, we're not just going to talk about how to build a LinkedIn profile, we're going to talk about how to create, in his own words, a WizBang LinkedIn profile.
You ain't kidding.
Gareth Wax.
Hello, guys. How is everybody?
Do you know, mate, I'm really looking forward. So we did a show with you recently, and I've put it out 2 or 3 times now, because I just think every time we do a show with you, I take so much away from it. And that's the fundamental. It is all about that LinkedIn profile. So I agree with you. Anybody can help you set up a LinkedIn profile. I mean, I can help someone set up a LinkedIn profile.
Yeah.
It's rocket science.
No.
But what I want to know is, how do you set up an awesome, an amazing, a WizBang version of a LinkedIn profile?
Over to you, Gareth.
Testify. Now, look. All right, look. As you said, anybody can set up a profile. All you've got to do is put together a bunch of words, numbers, ideas, and shove them in there and hope and pray. But here's the problem. They don't care. They don't care. Nobody cares.
Yeah.
They want to know stuff that's going to divert them. We live in a world whereby LinkedIn on a mobile phone is turned into Tinder. They only look at it for about 3 seconds before they get bored or see a squirrel, and they're gone. So the whole point is, you've got to grab their attention, grab them by the cojones. And what I do, I call it buying seconds. Every part of the profile has got to drag them down to the next bit. It is not enough that you promise them the world. That's not what it's about. All you've got to do is get them interested. Can we banish one word? There's no such word as unique. Let's stop calling it unique. I think there's been very little unique since the late 1920s. The truth of the matter is, you just want to be interesting. You want them to go, oh, really? How? And tell me more. That's what you want. And if they're not doing that, you've wasted your time. It doesn't matter that you spent all that time creating the most beautiful, gorgeous stories that elicit tears and cries from virgins. Nobody cares. Because if you don't get them to read it in your about section, it's pointless. So how do we do that? Well,
so how do we do that? I mean, I will say one thing though, Gareth. When the word unique comes into play, you come up first hand. So
no, I'm just slightly unusual. Take the hat off.
So you are definitely unique, mate.
Remember, like everybody else, under these clothes, I'm completely naked. And that's probably a vision you don't want to think about. It's disgusting. Carry on.
So let's strip it back then, and let's strip down what we need to do with our LinkedIn profile.
All right. Would you believe it? One of the most important things is your profile image. Now, I'm so sorry. I'm really going to dash the hopes and dreams of 1,000 headshot photographers. You don't need a headshot photographer. What you need is a blank wall, a winning smile, and facing dead on. So there was a lot of work done in the late 70s about the reactions of humans to other humans. It was the Kinsey report. It was actually talking about sex, but the truth of the matter was, in every image, no matter how horrendous or deranged it was, humans' eyes are directed straight towards the eyes and the mouth. Eyes and the mouth. Doesn't matter about the rest of it. She's doing what with a what? No, eyes and the mouth, first of all. So your eyes and your mouth need to be facing forward, not coquettishly looking over your shoulder. None of that nonsense. Not with your ex-partner's arm draped around your neck. None of that. Not with a cactus. I saw this once. Balancing precariously on a shoulder. What? Anyway, so what we want to do is you want to be dragged towards your eyes and your mouth. Like, if everybody can take a look at my profile, by the way, and I'll teach you this technique later as well, they can find me by searching, like what 3 words to find an address? Yeah. I've got what 3 words to find a profile. If you search for Gareth Wax inspiration, I come straight up. Bang. And anybody can make this happen. It's brilliant. So once you're looking at me, you'll notice my photograph is facing forward, head and shoulders, plain background, engaging and winning smile, looking straight forward to the camera. Because once they've done that, that's the first second gone. Next thing, they got the banner behind them. Lots of people fill that out with untold words and click here and read this. And oh my giddy arms, it's like white noise. Stop it. Stop it. Right. So what you want to do is you want to change that banner so that it puts your logo just over the top of your head. That way, and Jamie, you know about this, you see someone's logo beside someone's face for long enough, eventually one becomes the other. If I turn up anywhere with this hat on, immediately I know what he's about, because LinkedIn has become associated with a silly purple hat and a stupid gold band, right? That's the whole idea. You're trying to create an ident. That's the first thing. So the logo should be just above where your profile image is. Next of all, 80,
I haven't yet.
Okay.
I haven't yet.
80 to 90. We spoke about this, Jamie, didn't we? 80 to 90% of your initial views coming on a mobile phone, and because of the TikTok world that we live in, everybody holds their phones vertically, right? Which means that your screen real estate is a tiny little spit of it at the top, which isn't the same shape or dimensions as that which is shown where you normally do LinkedIn, which is on thing. So it truncates from the left. So if you've got words that start any earlier than about halfway across, suddenly your profile image is intersecting with them, negating their whole point of being there. So therefore, if you're going to put words there, if you feel you have to, make sure they start back there. And if you are going to put in it, you want to put stuff, and we're buying a second. Put in a mission statement. And a mission statement is doing X to help Y achieve Z.
Yeah, I've got get connected, get exposed, get support.
So you didn't need to see my stomach. Sorry about that. Now, moving swiftly on. Once you got past that bit, you hit something called the headline. Now, the headline, it's threatening to fall down. It's threatening. The headline is the bit that comes underneath it. What do people do? They go, John Sloanbanks, professor of the expert in blah, blah, blah. Nobody cares. They want to know something that makes them remember you because of something associated with what you're about. And think about the outcome you're giving them. So, for instance, if you're a person that helps people with their writing their wills, and that you might be for the future or future boy or anything like that. Because that way, that doesn't have to be directly associated with what they do, as long as they can remember you. So a lot of people reflexively connect to you. You need them to remember you. Next bit, we're just going to get the top part of the headline. We'll talk about that. There's many parts of LinkedIn where they places the word more, click more to read more. And here's the thing. Humans, and Jamie, you know when you're watching that terrible program, Geordie Shore, and the remote
Never watched it.
Yeah, and the remote, I know you have, and the remote is just 6 inches too far away to get. You'll end up watching it till all your intelligence dribbles out your ear holes, purely because you didn't have enough impetus to go and get the remote. In the same way, you need to make them want to click that and. Oh, they'll never read what you've written there. They'll never see what you're about unless you click that and. So therefore, the first 10 words of your headline have got to be one that makes them actually sit up and take notice right now. That's what you're about. It's all about it. Scrolling all the way down to your about section, in the same way, the first 4 lines, it always places a more button. That first 4 lines has got to give them enough impetus. They want to smack the more button and read whatever else you've written there. Otherwise, what is the flippity-dibbity point?
Brilliant. Right. So, okay. So
I'm kind of taking mental notes.
Let me summarize.
Summarize. We've got 1 minute. Summarize.
Yeah. Let's do it.
Okay. You're buying seconds. No single point on your profile will secure you a deal. Don't even think about that. Think about the fact that you're on an education mission. You want them to understand what you represent so that by the end of it, they've got the feeling that, oh, wow, there is a possibility here. Not a probability, not an actuality, a possibility. And the only way you can do that is by conveying information. So you do that in dribblies all the way down, each one buying a second to read the next portion.
Fantastic. Right. Now, I also know that if you go to LinkedIn and type in Gareth Wax inspiration, you will find a clickable link on his top part of his profile.
With little hearts.
With a
on
little
it.
heart on it.
Between the hearts.
Yeah, where you can then download some useful tips. Okay. And there's loads to be done with it.
21 of them.
Definitely do that. Yeah, 21 of them to be precise.
One for every year of my age.
And I've gone through it. Yeah, right. Right, so that is all we got time for this part of the show. So, listen, Gareth, thank you. My top tip is go and do that top tipping thing. And we will see you right back here very, very soon with the next subject.
Huzzah!
Okay, goodbye.
Bye.